back to screaming. Hello, people. Having a little technical difficulty getting set up here, but we are about to be underway in this super high roller Sunday tourney. Six max. Six max is fun. If you guys don't play six max, you should. It's fun. You get to play more hands. You get to do a little more dancing, as they say. Let's see here. I'm gonna have to make this smaller so y'all can see it. 5-6 offsuit, four-handed table. No, I'm gonna wait a little bit, get a feel for these dudes. You know, no antes also. So early on in the tournament, don't want to jump in with the antes. So you know, this is a $500 buy-in. This is the high roller right here, right? So you can only assume that you're gonna have some of the better players in this thing. Maybe you get a couple, you know, weaker players here and there, but mostly at a $500 buy-in, you get the best of the best. So I'm ready to grind. Locks and Bagel on the button, making it 3x. What? I'm Daniel. I'm the one who called you calling me shit on Twitter last week. I am so. I am that. Okay, where's my Skype? So I've been here in New Jersey for how many days is it now? I don't know, a couple. And I have not left the hotel, not once. What I've done is I went to the gym today and yesterday, did some cardio. You know, a few other core moves. You know, these like, ever do this one? You take two weights in your hands, right? You take two weights. I learned this one from P90X, and my trainer always hates it whenever I quote P90X. But it's this move where you get up here, and then you just go with the two weights, and you go, you go like that for like a minute straight with the weights, and you just, it's core. It's all about core dynamics. I got a lot of energy just coming from the gym. They do. All right. Hello. Hi. Okay, we got Patty, my assistant. She's on the ball right now, firing me up questions. Max Sudsker 28 asks a question. He says, "Dude, how about the upcoming new Hearthstone expansion, eh? Are you any hype for it? I'm nervous, bro. I don't know what kind of cards you're gonna throw in there. The C-Ton and all kinds of my good cards I got used to, Sludge Belcher and whatnot, gone out the mix. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to find a new thing. Yeah, Go Stream. Is that saying Go Stream? Just making sure here. Says I'm offline. Oh, okay. All right, give it a couple minutes. You know, got a little delay going, so making sure we got all that going here. 4-color deck, huh? No. How about that? I don't care about no 4-color decks. What's the difference, guys? Come on, put your glasses on. If you can't see the cards, I forgot to tell people on the Periscope what my Twitch name was. Memory has just been told. And how did that song get in my head of all the songs, right? King Poker 21 says, "Salud Daniel, ce faci? Bine, și tu cum ești?" King 6 suited, let's raise it up. We're just going to play small ball, like really small early. I don't know what these guys are doing yet. So we'll go with standard. If you guys didn't have a chance to check it out and you want to learn some more about poker, okay, I did a pretty cool synopsis analysis of the Twitter poll questions last week. And you can find that at fullcontactpoker.com. Just click on the blog section, and there you'll find this week's edition as well as the edition from last week. We're going to flush draw. I'm going to bet $1.50. $1.50, y'all. I don't play music. I'm just going to sing for you the entire time. Oh, yeah, son? Oh, yeah, son. You want to raise me? 400? All right, we're going to see one card. I don't like this situation at all. At all. Nothing about it I like. But we're not going to fold just yet. There's a king. You think that's... Ooh, I got kings. I don't love that yet. You know, that's like... That could just cause me more problems. He's bet. I'm getting 3-1. I got a king. Could be the best hand. Get you 6, king, club. You know, it's possible he has ace 9 of clubs too, you know. He could have a better flush draw, so maybe I don't want to see a club. All right, what's he going to do to me now? Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. Just check, bro. Check, bro. Just check, bro. He says I fold not. I don't know anything about this player. So you don't know anything about the player. It's really hard to fold top pair because there's a lot of draws. Oh, bro, you overbet? What a bastard molester, right? Either he's being really greedy with a good hand, but he only bet 662 on the turn. Why do I feel like he's got a missed flush draw? Too. I don't know. I really do. I mean, what the hell? Seriously? Let's see what he's got. He told you he had a flush draw. See? Needed a club. Because he had the worst clubs. We needed a club. That was a bad turn card. It cost me money. I don't know. Again, this is a situation where... what do I got here? Getting 3-bet. 375. All right, let's regroup here. Let's relax. We still got plenty of chips. The guy owned me just there with the overbet. We'll mark that down as information for later. He played it. He didn't bet too much on the turn and then just went baller on the river. What a flop for that guy. That was not very small ballish of me betting that. I mean, I guess it's not terrible to bet that flop. I got the king high flush draw. The king is what killed me. Cost me 3,000 in chips. If I don't catch the king on the turn, I never pay. But, you know, he could have some hands there that he turns into a bluff. Like the 9 of clubs with something else. You know, like another club that paired the 9, 10 of clubs he could have had. Turned it into a bluff. Or just simply ace 9 of clubs, as I said. You know, open and straight and a flush draw. So, put me in a bad spot. I'm getting about 2-1 on the call on the river with top pair. Can't beat anything if he's got, you know, if he's not bluffing, I'm just dead. My memories have just been told. All right, this is not the worst flop in the world. I'm going to do something a little funky here. 2 players in the pot. I don't have anything, but I'm going to try the bluff. Bet half the pot. Half the pot. Go away. Go away, young man. It's not good for you. Go, please. Go away. Here I'm simply just repping a jack. You know, just like some goofy jack. I'm not trying to pretend like I've got some big monster hand, but most of the time in these spots, if they don't have anything, if he's just got like king 6 of clubs, he's going to fold, right? And if this guy missed, he's done too. He's one I'm more worried about because he called a raise in the small blind. There's my king. All right, now I can bet. With like the idea of having the best hand. If he check raises though, I'm folding again. What the hell? Come on, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't you mess with me now. Just go away. Go away. No. Please? Don't tank. Are these all guys, $500 players, going to tank every hand? Hope not. It'd be annoying. Oh, he tanked all the way down to nothing. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Flex your muscle on the flop. Pick up a couple extra chips. We're on our way back. Jay Dombeck, 22, asks, do I live in Hoboken now? Live in Jersey City. Haha, literally a second away. No, bro. You know, I'm here till tomorrow, so maybe after this we'll go get some drinks. You tell me a place we got to go, because I want to party a little bit. I've been stuck in this room since I got here. Haven't left. True story. Not once. Can I fix my sound? Is that better? I don't know. Should be okay. I think it's him. Turn your volume up, son. Someone was saying my sound's not good. I think my sound's just fine. All right. So yeah, I'm only here just for the weekend. I wanted to be here for the launch. Tweet. Nice hand with the straight. Good job. All right. So the very different game when you're playing 6-handed, right? 5-handed. You know, notice, I normally don't do a lot of 3-betting and goofing around, stuff like that. But when you're 3-handed, you 4 or 5-handed, you got to start kicking it up a little bit. You can't let these guys, you know, mess around too much. So now I'm going to try to play position with an ace-8. This is not a great hand, but in the cutoff, people typically 4 or 5-handed open wide. So he could have queen 6 suited, he could have queen 5, all kinds of junk. So you noticed yesterday, if you were watching, I didn't 3-bet at all because we weren't short-handed. We were 9-handed or 8-handed or something. So What the... Okay, take it. Nice hand. All right, so either he like did the 4-bet bluff thing. Ooh, you're so cool. Or he just had good cards. I think it's more likely that he had good cards. My hand, wasn't very good. So that's why we dumped it. The Real Aggie says, what do you think of underground poker clubs? Do you think they're worth the play with the usual high rake and deep whales? Depends, right? So what does it depend on? Depends on how big the rake is. And it depends on how big the whales are. And whether or not you're going to get paid. And whether or not you're going to get shot. And whether or not you're going to get robbed. Or whether or not you're going to go to jail. Those are all factors you want to think about. I'm going to leave that one to you. Okay? Fair enough? That was for the Real Aggie. Yeah. Mobbacker81 says, hi, Daniel. What do you think about Reg Poker? Well, Reg is a charity, right? Reg is a charity that raises for effective giving. So they have this very, mathematical approach to... or rational approach to giving and trying to figure out the best way to stretch your dollar when you give. And, a lot of poker players have taken to it, and I support any time, people are trying to make a difference in the world, and I think it's great. I think that, and I've talked to the guys about this, I think it's important to understand that often when people give, one of the main reasons they give is because it connects to them emotionally some way. So something you're passionate about. So, for example, if you lost a daughter to brain cancer, well, maybe it's not rational for you to donate most of your money to that cause because you could get, it could be better spent other places, but it's something you're personally passionate about. So I applaud everyone who's passionate about something and looks to make a difference, whether it's by starting an organization or whether it's by donating to one that they believe in, and I don't think it's, there's no wrong way to give, right? What Reg does, especially for a lot of poker players who are kind of lost in terms of what do I contribute to society? That's the age-old question, what do poker players offer the world? So this is a way for them to, give back in a sense and be contributing members and help people and help a wide variety of people who are in need. Thanks, XX420XXX. Says I'm looking good. Yeah. Cali Guy 38 says, Daniel, if someone bet you that you have to live in New Jersey for a year straight, would you do it? How much? And can I ever leave, or do I have to stay the entire time? I don't know. If I had to stay the entire time for 1 year, I would feel responsible to do it because I would use the money to make a difference in the world. So if you bet me $10 million that I could live in New Jersey for 1 year, I would donate my time for 365 days, and I'd make the best of it. I would find a little house here. I would, find a nice gym. I'd bring my people over for the year. Yeah, I could do it for $10 million. That's your price if you're interested. Do I know anyone at the table? Let me see. Well, I don't think so. These are all new names, obviously, because New Jersey site just opened up. He's making 3X. There's no antes. I'm folding. So I haven't, these are all, a lot of these guys are new names. I've got a pair of kings. Those are good cards. We're going to do the 3-bet thing again against one of these races if they raise. Come on. Let's go. Open up, gents. Open up, Martin Chatwin. Come on. Show me what you're working with. All right. I'm going to limp in. I know this is goofy, but I'm going to do this with most of my range here. I know that now I'm leaving the door open for him to have anything. And I'm going to check it again. This is a pretty good flop because I have the spade. The odds of him having the ace of spades are very slim. So this is a good... I really want him to have something here. I want to try to maximize my value with this hand. So I could raise here, or I can just call. I don't want to bluff. I don't want him to move. I don't want to move him off the hand. I want to let him keep, bluffing. Or if he has a queen, he's going to value bet it for me anyways, right? The only danger here is he's got 2 pair and a beat. All right. So now's the time to bet. I'm going to bet a good amount. If he has a pair, I think he's going to call. So I'm going to bet 180. I don't think if I checked, he was going to bet. Six-handed. I haven't played six-handed in a while. I got to get my game face on. It's like go time. You play 9, you can chill, you can chat with the people, but short-handed, you got to kind of pay a little more attention to what these ballers is doing. They're 3Xing right now. Foarte bine. King Poker 21 says, foarte bine. Aș vreau să joc cu tine un hands up play money la 5.000. Tu vrei să joci cu mine? Ar fi un honor pentru mine. That's Romanian and I could read it. And I know what it means. Sorry, King Poker, I will not be able to play with you heads up or at all on the play money site right now because I'm busy with the people. Give them what they want. Alpha Psycho says, Daniel, what is the best adaptation overall strategy in cash game? 6-max, OOP versus Maniac, who frequently... What the hell? It's too deep of a question. I mean, what the hell? What's the best adaptation overall strategy in cash game? 6-max, out of position versus a Maniac, who frequently 3-bets 200... Holy shit, that's a deep question, man. I mean, well, I guess, play a little tighter. And then when he 3-bets, if he's 3-betting a lot, don't fold. I mean, see flops with him, A lot of times, a guy like that might just be, somebody you can exploit post flops. So get some flops. Don't just fold to his 3-bets. All right. Yeah, man, for real. Ah, wow. Marley6975 says, thought you might like to know that my dad was a roadie for Bob Marley and the Wheelers. So when I was born, I was named Marley. We still have photos of me and a baby sitting on Bob's knee. Very cool stuff, him say. That's really cool because I was born and raised a Bob Marley fan. All my brethren them was from Jamaica. So, I love the music. And the funny thing is this. Everyone assume, right? Because you love Bob Marley, you must smoke the ganja. Me not smoke no ganja. Me not need it. Me have a good life. Me like, drink some vodka. But me not all about the marijuana and thing. But me have no problem with it. You want to smoke it? All your business them. Me not have no problem with that. Go on and do it. See? Go on and do it. Henry Kane says, what was your math grade in school, Daniel? It was very high. I did very well. So, true story. In high school math, I would show up. I was playing pool at the time. I was already like a D-gen, gambling and stuff. So, I remember like just showing up for tests. I would ask people, what chapter do we do this week? I'd look it over the night before, and I would ace. And I would ace the tests, right? So I always got good grades on the tests. I would always get, like 90% plus in Canada. And what was I saying? Yeah. But the problem was that they didn't pass me because I didn't have enough hours in, so I had to do it over again. So math I was good at, but I never got to really get a pass because I didn't go to enough classes. Eventually, I got my 10th grade math officially completed. What the hell? These guys are real aggro, man. I'm just gonna play like a little wimpy right now. I don't like. These types of hands just don't play well post flop. If I would have had 8-9 of clubs, I'd call here. But what do I do if I flop an ace, All right, what are we, 5-handed? Let's keep going. You guys go ahead. You keep 3-betting me. Go ahead. All right, we'll see what you get. I'll be like Helmuth now. Like, all right, come on. Keep firing the 3-bets at me. I'll show you. I'll bust you in the end. They. Something. This guy's like super aggro or what? Just like re-raising every hand. Man, these guys don't get it. 2016, it's over, all this re-raising stuff. You guys, I'm going to still just play like a wimp. So wimpy. Just let him steal my money. What would I have? Oh, just a pair of sevens. Hang on a minute. Doyle's got chatting at me on Twitter. Let's see what he said. No part of my being was ever a Republican. And Donald Trump, I'm doing my Twitter wars, certainly doesn't improve your chances. All right, Ace Jack in position. Who's that? Suparat Fat. I could 3-bet this hand, right? But I'm going to chill. I got a little lower on chips right now. Plus, when you flat, I represent a wider range of hands. I 3-bet, polarize. I mean, people just, know I have a pretty good hand usually. So here, a queen deuce 4-flop, I can represent something here. I can just pick it up anyways. I maybe minimize my value in the fact that like he might have called a raise and I could win more there. But again, we are small ballers, aren't we? This is one I'm just going to give up to the second spitter. Did I get moved to a different table? I did. Okay, so maybe they're not as crazy. All right, I'm going to limp in then. There's not the other guys at the other table were a little loco. All right, he's loco too. All right, fine. What do we got? 37 players. I'm in last place. Huh. For now, it's early yet. That 7-9 of clubs hand the guy got me on was good. All right, new players, new table. Got to check Twitter. Oh, geez, these people on Twitter, man. Sometimes they say some dumb stuff. Nice Wi-Fi. Oh. All right, what do we got here? Raise. Matt Glantz is on one on Twitter today. He's going at it. He's going hard. So I'm just going to handle this real quick. All right, whatever. They're just saying nonsense. Politics. That'll divide a nation, eh? What is it? Rebetting to me? All right, I'm folding. It's amazing how you could look at the same situation, right? Or you could look at the same person, and some people go, I love that person, I like that person. Other people say, that person is the devil. And that's politics in a nutshell. And we ingest information from different outlets. Like if you watch Fox News or you watch MSNBC, right, left, you have a totally different view of what's happening in the world. Same event. They'll tell two totally different stories. Not the actual story, their, slanted version of it. All right, what the hell, rat dog? Is it you min-raise me? Well, let's call. I've got an ace. What you got? Hope you got like some 9-10 suited stuff, because otherwise I'm in big trouble. Come diamond, 360. All right, we're not folding. But by the end of this hand, we may fold. If he bets 3 streets, it's very difficult to call here with just a pair of aces. Right now, our kickers could be tied. He could have had... What the I don't know what's going on with these guys. I don't know any of them, Oh, there's a 10 of spades. That's a big, big card. Question is, can I bluff this guy? Off of whatever he has? I mean, right now I'd have to be bluffing. So I'm gonna give it a shot. It's just too good of a card for me not to bet. So I have to bet. I'm basically bluffing. I'm hoping he folds 2 pair. He didn't. 3 10s. He rivered me. What the fuck are you betting the turn for? Son of a bitch. Y'all are crazy, man. These people, man. The high rollers are all nuts. This is not like a regular high roller, big stakes. I turned my hand into... I was good the whole way. I check, call. And then when I was no good, I bet. 3 10s. I didn't expect to see that. I thought maybe he had ace queen, but I guess he wasn't folding that anyways. So bad bet on my part. So tilting, actually. I feel like Vanessa Selbst right now. She does that stuff all the time. And then when it doesn't work, she does the same thing. Like, how does he call? Like I was playing with her the other night up in her room while she was streaming. Oh, really? You guys just going to keep doing that? I feel so weak today. It's crazy. Like every hand, I'm just kick, call, get crushed, call, crushed. Okay, this one's, we're not folding. We're down pretty low right now. I'm going to have to, let's raise it up. If he re-raises me now, we ain't folding. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of just folding. Aye, there we go. We finally got something. Let's bet half pot. Come on, raise me one time. Brick happy? Let's do it. Have a6. No, nothing. I'm winning like nothing. I'm winning nothing on the pots when I have a big hand. And when I have the second best hand I've been paying the price. But we ain't not dead yet. And besides, we have all night ahead of us, right? There's plenty of tournaments on the Sunday docket. Here on PokerStars, New Jersey. All right, next question. ZM Suited asks, D-Negs, are you doing the Justice and Blinds charity event this year with Vanessa? We are just talking about Vanessa Selps. And, min raise again. And yeah, I will be checking it out. I think it's, I like the charity. It's really cool because, whatever, social justice, we're talking all kinds of politics stuff. You know, there's a lot of people in this country. All right, wait, hang on. We got to just move in, right? If I raise like 900 or 1,000, it's kind of silly. So let's just go all in. If he calls, he calls. If not, we have Queen, Jack, or Club, hopefully, to win with, which is 15 outs against Ace, King. Or if he's got 2 10s, something like that. Is he going to call me with Ace High? Really? Not a good call. What are you thinking about, dude? If you have a pair, call. If you don't, just get out. Let me have the money. Oh, you're going to tank. Tick-tock, you don't stop. Tick-tock, you don't stop. So Blinds Injustice. My brain's all over the place. Very good. I like the charity. I think it makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of poor people in this country who they get charged with stuff, for example, sometimes, and they're totally innocent. But because they don't really have the money to defend themselves, they go to a public defender. And those public defenders, they get sometimes an average of like 7 minutes per case to look at. So they just have to look at it. And if you have 7 minutes to look at a case, what are you going to tell the guys? Usually you're just going to, you know what, just take the plea, even when you're innocent. You're betting into me, huh? Well, you don't just get to take it that easy. Actually, it's hard to believe that a guy would just flat the small blind and lead out with 10s. But I'm not going to raise him. I'm going to let him keep bluffing if he is. And, of course, they haven't been all day. That's a good card. You have a 10, you win. What the hell? Okay. What's going on here? They're letting me win. Okay, we're back in action. Thank you, Prodigy924. Just bet, huh? This is like playing poker in 2011. I'm telling you, the way that they've started so far, a lot of like kind of wild moves from the boys and girls. See how I said boys and girls? Not sexist. Oh, actually, if you say boys first, I think it's sexist. If you say boys and girls, it's sexist. Like ladies and gentlemen, that's sexist. Or no, is that sexist? Gentlemen and ladies. Whatever. I can't keep up with what's sexist these days. No. Okay, so he didn't raise, and he has been, raising. So I'm going to lead at this flop. I know that's crazy, but the odds of him having a hand that connects to that are slimmer because he didn't raise, right? And he has been raising. So that's part of why I like to play those situations vanilla. And what I mean by vanilla is like balanced. And basically just always limping and keeping it small. And I keep my range this wide. So I could have anything. I could have anything on any board. Whereas if they play, if they're not balancing, where they're only raising their good hands in that spot and then, checking back with the junk, then if they're doing that too often, it's very, very easy to exploit, as I did there a little bit. All right. Zedro says, is coaching a good way to start when you start playing online? It can be. Now, here's the important thing I want to tell you. If you're choosing a coach to teach you how to play poker, what's important? What's one of the most important things to consider? Does this guy win? Why is he coaching you? Are you paying him? Why are you paying him? Is he not winning on himself? Check his record. If he doesn't have a record, it's like anything. You don't go to the gym, right, and hire a personal trainer who's pushing 450, has a donut in their mouth and a cigarette and drinking a beer, and has never been fit in their whole life, and says, "Oh, I know fitness. I'm good. Here, let me show you." No, you don't do it like that. If you hire somebody to train you, you want to make sure that they are actually legitimate, solid, winning players themselves. The issue is a lot of the people who do coach, they coach because they're not doing well enough at poker. Some people coach because they have a passion for it. They love to be able to give back, and they love to, they learn from coaching. All right, we can fold here. But, others are doing it, I don't want to call them snake oil salesmen, but like I've seen some coaching, and I'm like, that's just bad. This guy doesn't win. He's terrible. When I see some people, I'm like, he coaches? Who coaches him? Or her? See? I'm get caught. It's amazing how in our language we do that, right? The him, the her thing. All right. See, I'm trying. Making an effort. Okay. Agamar Alex says, how long would it take for one to start making money off micro cash online games? Someone who practiced and studied every day, 6 months, 1 year? It really depends on frankly, your IQ matters, right? More intelligent people, it'll be faster for them. They could probably, in a week or two, they could beat micro stakes. For others, maybe it would take 6 months to a year. But I think that if you studied daily, for a month, you should be able to beat micro stakes. Because I don't think most people who play micro stakes put that much work into it. Most people who play micro stakes are there to have some fun, you know. And if you want to do better than them, yeah, put in some work. And I don't think it'll take much longer than a month. Too much Lala. Too much Lala. Hey, Too much Lala says, how long did it take for you to be comfortable as a professional player? I'm sure it didn't happen overnight. No, I had all my ups and downs, but they were the most important moments. Every time I got kicked in the teeth, every time I got kicked in the face, it was an amazing character building learning experience. Sometimes to the brink of like, maybe I should just quit this game altogether. But dude, I'd wake up that next morning fresh, hungry, ready to just get back into it and learn from my mistakes. And you know, hey, Jay Carver, what's up? Hey, buddy. Jay Carver in the house. So we can watch. I don't know how to do all this technology stuff. But he's at the same table as me now. You know, this kid, Jason Carver. I remember when. So I know him when he started out. You know, we met playing and stuff like that. And he would laugh at me about the small ball stuff. Like, hold on, like I say this is better. He was like, that's so wrong. And then like within a couple months, he's like, bing. Alarm goes off in his head, and he's like became a uber small baller. Actually, in my opinion, he was going a little too far with it. So, yeah, he came around just like most of the world did. It's funny. You just Doyle Brunson, the legend, tweeting at me right now. I know, right? Cullen Hoffman says I got to update my photo on Stars, and I know I'm trying to say like my hair is way better now. I got hair. I got plenty of hair. Look at that. Ooh, all real hair that got moved from here to here. All right, who's next up on the question list? Ben Cost says he wants me to become a lawyer. Okay. I could have when I was young. I'm good at arguing. I did win a debate. I won a debate in high school. No joke. I debated both sides of the same issue, and I won both debates. The issue was abortion. I debated the pro-choice side, and then I debated the pro-life side. And the person I debated, well, I've debated two different people. I won both. You know why I think that part of that is because it's a very complicated issue, right? It's not something that like people are very passionate about their beliefs one way or the other, like which is unfortunate too, because I think that if we looked at a serious issue like that and we were empathetic, if we came from empathy and really tried to understand what the other side is saying, right? We could have empathy. So for those that are pro-choice, they could have empathy. They could learn to have empathy for the pro-lifers who really believe in their hearts that a baby is being burned, right? So this is their, they believe that a child is being burned and tortured, right? So if you come from that place, you think like, wow, that's got to be really, really hard. Then the other side, if the pro-lifers would look at people who are pro-choice and say, I empathize with the 14-year-old girl who has this tough decision on her hands that she was raped and now she has to like decide for life. Like empathize with the tough thing she's grappling with, right? So if we came from empathy on both sides, what I think is you get to a place of common ground more often, right? If you can really come from empathy. And it's sad because I think that like it's not productive. What, he just 3-bet me and I just called? Is that what happened? Okay. Maybe I'll pay attention, get off the abortion topic. That's quite divisive. But I wish it wasn't. I wish we could discuss these things and have like civil discussions. But when people are really passionate about politics, abortion, religion, all these types of things, they find it difficult to stay tranquilo and calm and come from love. I love talking about that kind of stuff. And I know it pisses some people off. I talk about politics a lot because I love politics. I'm very interested in it. I find it fascinating. I also find this board fascinating. Ace king with the ace diamonds. I didn't 4-bet him there, did I? No, I guess I'm actually in the range where I could have, in terms of like my chip stack, because the blinds are 1,500 now. But we're going to stick with the small ball for now and see how far that gets us. All right. Folding here. The J Carver. What did you make it? Weird bet. It was like some $1 chips or something. All right. 100 skill. It says, hey, what stakes do you recommend starting at with $50 bankroll? Tournaments or cash games? Honestly, whatever you play, if you've only got $50, play the smallest games you can. Really. I mean, just $50 is not a ton, right? All right, I'm going to check this one. See, now that's a board, conversely, that could hit him because he didn't raise, right? I would say if you've only got $50 and that's your bankroll to play, you're going to play the smallest games available. Smallest tournaments, smallest games. Because it doesn't go a long way unless you're playing really, really small. So I would avoid putting it all on the table. I used to do that all the time. I'm the worst person in the world to talk about bankroll, though, because, I mean, I just, I don't know. Like, I was always putting my bankroll on the table as a kid, and I don't recommend that. That's like, it should have that thing on the screen right now. It says, viewer discretion is advised. Don't try this at home. Don't do that. I did a lot of dumb stuff, but I learned from it. I learned a lot. All right, ace-2 offsuit. Now, when I steal in a position like this, that's not the kind of hand I like to steal with. Doesn't play well post-flop. I'd rather have, like I said, 8-10 suited. Easy streaming, too. Okay, we can watch both. There we go. All right. I don't know how that works. You can double stream. What else we got here? J Carver in the hizzy. J Carver NJ. Run it up. There we go. Run it up. Thanks for the donation. Here we are playing a little 500 super high roller with Negreanu, Kid Poker himself. Run it up. That's my J Carver. TLB? Good question. Sure yet. All right. Do you like Pink Floyd? Ms. Meister says, do you like Pink Floyd? I don't even remember, man. Like, obviously I'm not a big Pink Floyd fan or hater, but I don't remember The Wall. I don't even remember how that goes. It's not The Walrus, it's The Wall. Oh, he put it on his TV. That's cool. Ken Tabs on Twitter just put the screen on his TV. I think that's pretty cool. What's up, Ken Tabs? How you doing? Jay, what's up? Okay. Maz Ia says, do I ever add people on Hearthstone? Nah. Tournament leaderboard. I'm helping out. I'm doing all kinds of stuff here. I already ordered food, so we're not going to have any fun interactions with the room service guy. Okay, pair of threes. This is a good, meaty flop for this piece of cheese hand, right? Notice, small blind raises. I don't fold almost anything. You got position. Did it matter if I had a 3 there? I could have had queen 7. I would have won the pot, right? I would have jack 7. I'm just going to win. You don't want to, I mean, in tournaments especially, small blind, like this specific position, you should be limping a whole lot more than most people are. They're raising here. And if you're up against a decent player in the big blind, they're going to call, and then you're bloating the pot out of position. You want to minimum, you're going to lose money in the small blind, period, right? You want to lose less. And part of the way to do that is to really small ball it up and just do some limp calling, check, little wimpy, you know, guard up, stuff like that. All right. What should I bet this one or check it? That's a good question. So now it's a situation of, is he more likely to bluff or value bet a weaker hand, or is he more likely to call? I'm not sure. I'm going to go 300 and hope he calls with a jack. Or a 5. You could put me on queen 10, ace 10, something. Yes, that worked. Whoa, we're coming back. We're not dead yet. Yeah, jack. You had a jack. All right. Cool. Queen 5? No. All right. So. Haldian says, hey, I know it's poker, but what is your favorite deck in Hearthstone right now? And are you excited for Standard? Hearthstone people out there, I'm like this. I'm very anal this way. And I've played all the characters, but I got a golden mage, right? Then I got a golden shaman. And now I'm working on a golden druid because I really like druid. And I play a ramp taunt druid deck because I just like taunt decks. I don't know. I've always liked taunt decks. Even when I played a mage, I liked one, although I played tempo. So that's it. I like Druid. You know what's fun? It never wins, but it's really fun. It's so fun. Is the milled rogue, where you burn people's cards and stuff. Okay, that's enough of the nerd talk for those people that don't know anything about Hearthstone. Queen 9. We'll just play tranquilo. We're gonna wait for the game to come to us. All right. Frosty Scott asks an impossible question for me to answer. So I'm just going to acknowledge, Frosty Scott, that you asked the question, because I think you asked it yesterday. Who would be your dream 8 poker table of all time? And I mean, where am I going to go with that? It's too difficult. Bob Marley would be there. I don't know, maybe Elvis, Martin Luther King, Barack Obama. Who else? Slick Billy. I don't know. Slick Willie, Bill Clinton. I don't know. Who else would be at that table? Jennifer Aniston, just cause. Little Mila Kunis. Little Natalie Portman. I mean, you get where I'm going with it. I don't know. It's a hard question to answer. Okay. We are going to defend with the ace deuce suited. Checking. See, guys, what I'm trying to show you, and I'll teach you for the most part, is this game is only as complicated as you make it, right? You start doing all these crazy moves or whatever and trying to represent and blah, 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 like too much of that, and you just complicate it for yourself, you know? You just play it safe. You let the cards do the talking. When the cards come for you, things go good. If not, you got your guard up, you don't get crushed on them. I'm not like trying to outplay this guy out of position. You know, if he bets here, he takes it. That's fine. But if I would have raised and that flop comes out and I bet and he calls, I'm still screwed. I think we're going to bet this one here. If he doesn't have a deuce or a 4, he folds, and I just win with 9 high. Guys, you see? You see this? You do like this. You like this. Dancing like this. Guard. And then just a jab, 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 guard. Guard up, guard, jab, jab, jab. Then when you get the nuts, you just go combo. All right, nut flush draw. There's some merit to checking this, honestly, because I have such a good hand in a sense. But I'm gonna bet the 240. And see, because if he check raises me, I'm like like before when I bloated the pot with the king 6 of clubs and I got crushed earlier. Remember that one? That wasn't as small bally as it could have been. All right. Hey, Daniels, will you be doing any World Series prop bets this year? Sean Gagne says, hey, Daniel, will you be doing any World Series of Poker prop bets this year on winning a bracelet? Had a blast tracking you and IV on the race a couple years back, and now you are considering maybe to do it again in 2016. My friend Sean Gagne, no, I will not be making bets maybe, but doing fantasy every year. And I will play a lot. I went Russian all of a sudden. Okay, I will be playing a lot of tournaments this year. I'm going with a different strategy than I normally do. I never play the little no-limit tournaments, but because I want to keep fresh for the bigger 10Ks that I feel like are smaller fields and a better chance to win. But I've realized that these smaller tournaments, like if I get there with some chips, even though there's 1,500, 2,000 players, it's like a very big I have a very good chance because people don't play as well in those stakes, and I have a big edge. I'm just better at the game than most of the people in those tournaments. So if I get down to 100 players with like above average stack, it's hard to knock me out because I guard up. So I think that I'm going to late reg them. Of course, I'm not going to grind from the early stages, but I'm going to late reg a lot more of those tournaments, and you can expect my tournament totals to be up. I usually play like about 30. And I'm probably going to play like 45 to 50 tournaments this year. Ace King suited. He's raised under the gun. All right. Got 6,000 in chips. That's 40, 50. All right, I think we might have to go with this one. What do you guys think? Because if we 3-bet, we're not folding. We're going to stick with small balls so we can last. Make sure we're just chill. I know that's... People are like, what? You didn't re-raise Ace King suited on the button? What? Well, this could work out for us. Again, no reason to raise here, right? Just call. Okay. If he has Ace Queen, we got him. Ace Jack, we're in trouble. I'm gonna check. Watch this play. I'm gonna just check back. I don't want to get broke here. Oh boy, that's a good card to bluff that actually, for him. Oh boy. Oh no. Please don't have a jack. I'm beating the meat. No, not beating that meat. Beating the meat like Rocky. That's what's up. All right. Guess I could have bet the turn around the same amount, but we're playing it safe, close to the vest. Okay, we're back to almost even in chips. No. What position am I in? 36 of 50. Okay. All right. We gonna get high. Says, do you play more than one table now? Oh, I could play multiple tables. I just, when I'm twitching and, you know, conversing with the people, I just play the one table so you guys can all focus on one. It'd be weird. I don't know. I don't think it's as fun for you guys to watch 4 tables at once. GPC says, is it a mistake to fold GPC 8383 says, is it a mistake to fold small pairs in early position and limit hold'em? I think so, depending on how many handed. Right? If you're in a 9 or 10 handed tough game, then it might be correct. It's probably correct to fold small pairs. I could have played that. Even though it's 7 deuce, it was suited. Yeah, but I don't usually like to fold the small pairs. You know, if the game is really loose and really like limpy and passive, you could limp in actually to small pairs and try to flop a set. Not exactly like typical limit hold'em strategy, and again, it's for only specific environments. But I would usually just raise. You know, pair's a pair. Someone says, would you rather win the big one for one drop for 15 million or the main event for 10 million? Okay, this is going to sound goofy and may not sound like true because it seems silly, but like 10 million and 15 million, that's a lot of money either way, right? Just a lot of money. But the main event, you know, is the main event. I came second in the big one for one drop. I got 8.3 million in that one. But I would say that I would have to say the main event. It's just epic, you know, it's what we play for. And I've got money now, so the money wouldn't change my life. The difference between 10 or 15. I'm doing good. I'm all right. I'm not going to go broke. Promise. All right, Jack 8 suited. I know most people advise you don't flat in these spots. You 3-bet or fold, but I don't mind seeing flops. That's decent enough for us to take a card off or to bet. All right, let's go 360. You know, he's got to be worried about that kind of a board. If he has a hand like ace-7 or ace-6, okay, he called us, so that's kind of scary. It's like he's saying I have a 9, or I have. He said, now I'm done. I'm not going to continue. I'm just going to take a free card and hope to catch something. That's not it. All right, I'm not going to go for this one. Damn, he had a pair of deuces. Okay. Well, if he had ace-4 or ace something else, he would have folded on the flop and we would have won the pot. Plus, we had a lot of outs. 8, 10, jack. Right? That's it. Not like a billion, but ace deuce offsuit. Okay, bro. Steve Goldie asks, am I surprised that Phil Ivey hasn't been inducted to the World Series Poker Hall of Fame? There's a rule ever since Chip Reese passed that you have to be 40 years old to get in the Hall of Fame. So I got inducted when I was 40 years old. And when Phil hits 40, I believe it's this year. He hits 40. I think he's going to get inducted. I'm pretty sure that, you know, he qualifies on all scales of like the the Hall of Fame criteria. Which another story, a whole side story. The World Series of Poker criteria is driving me crazy. We've got media voting now, and with all due respect to the poker media, I love them all, but there's way too much talk of like, oh, he was a good ambassador and did. Doesn't matter. It's not part of the criteria. The criteria should be how good was he? How much did he win? What did he win? Was he respected by his peers? Did he play high-stakes poker against, you know, acknowledged competition? Like, read the rules. It doesn't have anything to do with him being a nice guy. You could be the biggest jerk ever. If you were a better player than the nicest guy ever, the nice guy shouldn't get in. Stupid. They don't do that in any other sports. You don't like, oh, we're going to put him in the, NBA Hall of Fame because he was really classy. Yeah. You know, he did like a lot for kids. Yeah. You know, he averaged about 4 points per game, and 10 minutes, but he's really good with the kids. No, you put the guy in who scores 30 a game, 10 assists. You put Steph Curry in the Hall of Fame. That guy could throw down from freaking 40 feet. No. Drexy. Hi, Drexy. Hi. Hey, guys. Is that what you wanted? I don't know. In Denmark, there's some tournaments where you might... Oh, God. Sorry, TMT 1000. I saw your question, but it was like, just nope. Saint Beastie says, can you see if Daniel will do another Millionaire Matchmaker show? I did get asked to do another episode of that show on one of the following seasons, but I think I did pretty good on the first one. I don't know. Didn't see a lot of reason to go back on that show. When did you know to move from pool to cards, Betsy Pepsi? Well, I don't know what if I knew. I mean, I was just not that good at pool. I was better than a lot of people. I'm probably better than you. But, I wasn't getting a lot better than I needed to be to become like a professional pool player. So poker just, I don't know, just hit me. Clueless. Do I remember you? From where? Some of you remember me. Like he's got a name. It says Clueless. Okay. Ace King. Your Ace King to my Kings. There we go. Open again. Oh, I remember him. I do remember him. You should have. Okay, bud. Just take your money. It's fine. I'm sorry I limped. Hit 4-6 offsuit. I'm gonna play. I'm just gonna keep doing that. You go ahead and raise whatever you like. I'll let you know if I want to call. It's fine. I don't mind. I don't take it personal, bro. Just take your money. Oh, that's weird. Oh, aces. That's not so weird. Actually, it is on the button. Come on, guys. Get frisky. Do it. Do it. Do it. I dare you. That's like slightly tilting. Getting aces on the button in a six-handed game and everyone just folding. Lame. Relax 91 asks a question about big stacks, and I'll give a little synopsis. I haven't left the hotel. So yeah, when you're a big stack, the question basically is, should you be looking to play flips, and to knock people out? No. The thing is, when you have a big stack, John Juanda once put it eloquently, and he says, big stack is to be cherished. Big stack is to be protected. You have a big stack, this allows you to open up so many things that you couldn't do on a shorter stack, that you don't want to risk it just doubling people up. Obviously, if the bets are small and it makes the right sense, you take positive equity situations, but don't bother like putting 10, 15, 20% of your stack in a spot that's like close. Okay, King 10 first position, I'm just going to fold. These guys have been playing pretty aggro. I'm gonna give him some respect. No. Resorts. I'm in Hoboken. Hoboken, eh? I'm in Hoboken, New Jersey, eh? Oh, yeah. Da, 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 da. Stephen Van, I've busted my bankroll a ton of times. How many times have you busted? I don't have enough fingers. Sorry. When I was young, I go broke all the time. Is it sweet? All right, you take it. Cali guy, you voting for Sanders? I like Sanders. He's a nice man, right? He's a good man. But I'm voting against this year for the first time ever. I'm voting against a candidate. Usually I have deep support for one candidate. And I do that. But this year I'm voting all hands on ship, all hands on deck. Everyone vote against one specific candidate. So that's what I'm doing this year. I'm voting other. Roger Federer? Or Rafa Nadal. Rafa Nadal, he's a PokerStars guy. Come on, you got to go Rafa. Rafa, I like him too. He's a very nice guy. I interviewed him, played poker with him, kind of thing, in Miami. When I was in Miami, I fly to Miami for one night to Miami to do a poker interview with Rafa, and Rafa was a very nice man, very good. Yeah, Rafa. Beach is better. All right, Ace 10 under the gun raise. I'm gonna just play a little nitty. If I was suited, I would actually flat there. My streaming Hearthstone, Rosier asks sometimes these days. I did the other day just to set up for this weekend, just to make sure. But maybe I will next month or when Standard comes out. I don't know when that comes out, but I think it comes out soon. But I do really enjoy the game. There's no lie there. I really love to play Hearthstone. If you start now with poker on an average bankroll, would you play live, online, and MTT cast? Steak Sandwich asks if I started poker now, what would I start with? I'd probably play everything, but online a decent amount. Because it's just, the user, it's just easier. You can play a lot more tables, you can blah, 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 and blibbity, blibbity. Time for a little protein. On this little break here. This piece brought to you by Vega. Vegan, gluten-free, plant-based protein. Ingredients being stuff. Yeah, whatever. Vegan stuff. This actually tastes really good. Oh, thank you, Garlando514. He said he was watching me play Elky at BlizzCon, and it was a riot. I beat him. 3-1. Thank you, Impact CG. Give me some Hearthstone love from the Hearthstone community. Gawky12 asked a lot of Hearthstone questions. If I have ever been legend. It's stupid. I probably should have, but I've gotten to rank 4, a few months, but never past that. I don't grind hard enough. I usually play the first week or two, I play arena. And then I grind ladder later. DJ Eviant asks, is Stu Unger the best ever poker player that has lived? No. Not at all. He was good. And good good in no limit tournaments and stuff, but no, you have to judge somebody by their entire career. They end up broke. That's part of it. Not just because of sports and other things like that, but he would dump in the cash games and was just not a stable human being, and he was a drug addict. Burning through these questions. Counter Helix says, who's the best hold'em player you ever played against? So many good ones, man. It's hard to say now, really, because you could name 10 people, 20 people, and they're all arguably, the best I've played. I've played a lot of good players. When I play in those 100K buy-in tournaments, it's a table full of young geniuses and whiz kids. Steve O'Pick asks if I have any interest in Canadian politics. Not really. I don't. I live in the U.S. for 20 years now. It's where I live. So, obviously, I'm born and bred in Canada, but I've never really followed Canadian politics too much. I've followed a little bit, this year, very little. I don't know very much about it, but just my read, my instinct, I saw a piece in 60 Minutes of Justin Trudeau. I'm not impressed, frankly. I don't know. Just, again, I don't know. Maybe I would be if I got to know his policy positions better. But from what I've seen, I'm just thinking that it's weird. It's a little odd. Like something about him. I don't know. He seems very young. A little coddled maybe with his upbringing. And other stuff. I don't know. Maybe he's a great prime minister. I don't know, but I'm not. There's nothing about him that's made me go, wow. So that's the end of my Canadian politics lack of knowledge. What are we doing here? How's that? Is it better or worse? Okay. Can you share any resources for starting out as a vegan? Websites, books? Yeah. Follow a guy named Dr. Neil Bernard on Twitter. He also wrote a book called The 21-Day Kickstart, and it's basically like the kickstart to the vegan diet and sort of give you some ideas and pointers on what and where to do. Also, you want to follow a guy on Twitter named Robert Creek. He's a vegan bodybuilder. He's like ripped, and he's always showing off pictures of these other vegans who are, just massive. Like I came to my house not recently, a 10-time arm wrestling champion, Russian guy, and massive, right? Obviously, he's vegan, vegan, and he says, I feel weak when I eat meat, So, there's plenty of resources. What else? What else do I got for you for resources? Forks Over Knives, a website. Good spot. A lot of info. Can't go wrong. Never mind. May 79 says, at what point do you change gears from small balling? The truth is, my goal when I play a tournament is never. I really want to be able to, ideally, if the cards work out, I'd like to just play the small ball approach the whole way to the title, And obviously it doesn't always work out that way because sometimes you get shorter on trips and that doesn't allow you to see flops anymore. So I'm going to switch gears if I get, below 30 big blinds, basically. If I'm below 30 big blinds, now it's time to just say, okay, well, let's hope he doesn't have it and move in spots. So it's an interesting bet. 200 to 1 odds. Vanessa Selps laid Dima Urbanovic to win 3 World Series of Poker bracelets this year. 3. And he's getting 200 to 1. So he bet $10,000. She'd lose $2 million. Now, it seems like she's getting the right price because he's probably bigger dog than 200 to 1. But I never lay 200 to 1 on anything. Yeah, I just don't. Because it just feels like really, just nasty. Every time he's close, you just got the biggest anti-sweat ever for 10K. So I wouldn't make that bet. But I don't think, if I had to tell you which side of the bet is the right side, I don't think he's 200 to 1. And the reason for that is I don't know enough about his mixed game play, and mixed games are easier to win in a sense because there's shorter fields at the World Series of Poker. So yeah. Chivas USA asks me about ICM. No. Oh, my favorite hand, ever. What did you make it? 2. It's my favorite hand. What the hell? Dang. I got the flush, though. Flush coming, bro. Prodigy, you're going down. You going down, down, baby. On the turn, you're gonna check, and I'm gonna bluff the river. Boom, boom, boom. And you let it go. Here we go. We check again. Why don't you check now? If you check, I'm gonna bet on the river, pal. I'm going. You never check, huh, Prodigy? You didn't learn your lesson from last time. Bet, bet, bet. Fine. Take the money. Ugh. Prodigy, you going down. Down, down, baby. Folding. So if you see I'm looking over here, what I'm doing is looking at the Skype chat that I have with my assistant who's firing me the questions from your chat. So I don't have to, because the chat goes blah, 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 like diarrhea. Who did you miss talking to the most from your early years of poker when you lost touch with? Probably, never mind. Won't go there. What are the odds of you winning a bracelet this year? What are the odds of me winning a bracelet this year? Very, very, very good. Prodigy again? Alright, we're going to throw this one away too. Very good. The chance of me win bracelet. I will play a lot tournament. Play very good. All the games. 2 maybe same day. Yeah. Someone asked me 6-7 years ago what my favorite pizza topping was. Esto. Esot2 said, and I said pineapple. Is that still true? Pineapple's on it. It's definitely one of the things I have on it. But I don't know. I kind of like mushroom and black olive too. It's always a go-to. Bingo Kid 72 says, "Is there any more advice out there how to learn to play small ball?" I saw the YouTube video you did years ago. Yeah, the book that I wrote, Hold'em Wisdom for All Players. The chapter I wrote. It's meaty. It's good. It gives you the rundown on exactly the base strategy of what we do. We have faith in the system, and we trust that the cards will come. We don't take ourselves out of tournaments we're not supposed to take ourselves out of. We maintain. We look to climb, but we work with cards. Cards come, we play. Cards no come, we no play. What am I saying right now? Rizia UK asks if I would play in Hearthstone tournaments if there was big prize money. I would play in Hearthstone tournaments if there was no prize money. I love the game. It's fun. I would do it. Boca says, "What city are you coming to in Romania?" I'm not sure. Probably Bucharest. But I'll be there for the week. I don't know where the event is or whatever, so I'll know soon. I'll be there in May, as I said, May 17th to 24th in Romania. Unde a fost născut părinții mei, înțelegi? Said where my parents were born, in Romania. You've never gotten a royal flush. Nope. I've gotten one. Good hands and button shoe raising, game up and mouse raising for worse mix it up. You keep it cool, but sometimes I don't feel completely calm at the table. Alright, let's raise. Do you remember me from Suncoast at movie Two for the Money? No. Sorry, super. I mean, you gotta think I meet a lot of people, bro. That's just hard. Do you remember that hand I played against you? It was like 4 years ago. You raising the button and I called and flop came thing and I bet and you folded? No. Ah, man. So, we got a gutter ball. No heart back door. No position. I'm gonna dump it. Guard up. Remember? Guard up. We're in there. We're not dead. Just because we're short doesn't mean nothing. We're still in it. In it with a chance to win it. What are we, 6-handed? I'm going to throw this one away too. That's tight. A little bit tight. But I expect really good hands to be coming. You guys know what Postmates is, man? If you don't know what Postmates is like an app from heaven. Basically like Uber, you drive a car, they drive you, they pick you up. This is Uber for food. You just on the app and they come here, it's already paid on your card. They just deliver the food wherever you are. And other stuff too if you needed it. Like if you needed stuff from Walgreens or Best Buy or whatever. All right, what do we got here? 30 bigs against the button raise. This I could easily make a case for moving all in. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to maximize value here by getting a C-bet from my man with garbage. Go ahead, Clueless. You know you're not checking. You're going to bet and try to pretend you have the ace. All right, I'm going to bet now myself. Now call me with a jack or a weaker ace. Call me. All right, you didn't see that. Very good. How do you know? 2 sevens. We've got 33.5 blinds, 34 blinds. It's a little out of reach for re-raising. If I had like 28, I would move in. But instead, I'm going to flat. Because you can't 3-bet here, really. It's either, All right, this is a weird flop. I'm not folding. Still got the pair. If he doesn't have a 10-8 or a bigger pair, we're still good. He doesn't know what we have, so he might think we have a 10. So it doesn't mean that he's not going to fire all 3 streets on a flop like that. He's betting here. This is interesting. I don't know. I might have to call this one down. know who this guy is. I met him at the gym, and he talked about a hand he played, and it was really goofy. He went a little wild, a little buck wild. So maybe 1350, really? Not sure I believe him. Just too much. If I had more chips, I could call here, but what's he betting? A 10? An 8? That's one of the perils of not being in position, right? Sometimes you get outplayed, and that's very likely that I was outplayed on that hand, right? But I would have had to make a very big decision for the rest of my tournament life, calling that turn and then reassessing on the river. Like, there's so many bad cards that can come. You know, if I don't raise the turn myself, if a jack, a 9, a queen comes and he bets again, I'm like, bad spot. Awesomeizer asks, what percentage of the tournaments I enter do I cash? It's about between around close to 25% actually, 1 in 4, which is pretty high. Jade Duchak asks if small ball still works in today's fields. Yeah, most of people are playing that version of poker with a couple wrinkles here and there. If I had to only eat one food for the rest of my life, what would it be? Well, am I like wanting to eat for health, or is it just like something I would just love to eat because it's yummy? If I was just going to eat for health and I had to pick one food, I would go with kale. Kale, superfood, right? Can't go wrong with that. Just eating kale nonstop. But if it was for yummies, for like falafel. falafel, מה פתאום? נו, אתה תבריאית? אני לא תבריאית. מה זה? אני... Yeah. I got bad songs in Hebrew I could sing for you, but I won't. The best place you ever played poker in? No. What? Huh? Am I in the wrong side? No, I'm supposed to be in the bottom right. Whatever. I'm going down, baby. Let's raise it up. 400. Now it's time to really like win the next hand. Well, obviously the next key hand we play is very, very significant. It's amazing how this table, there's like only one real winner. Everybody else is losing or just barely afloat. And there's 50 players. Let's have a look here what we got in this tournament lobby. So it says there's 54 entries. We're down to 50. First prize, a grand total of $93.90. That'll do the trick, you know. Pump up my New Jersey account. Started this account with $2, $2,000. So the plan is to run it up, Jay Carver style. Hello, friends. You're going down, baby. Oh, you let it go. Do I watch other Twitch streamers? You know, occasionally. Not really. I mean, frankly, because I'm learning the game. Hearthstone, I watch the championship events because it's fun. Like last night I was watching Navihoot and Ping Ping Ho. I love Ping Ping Ho. I met him when I was at the finals there. Silly Canadian. What's this now? Bite Squad. What's that? I don't know. There's a whole bunch of these apps now, huh? Oh, I'm gonna chill for a minute here now. All right, what is it raised? I'm gonna fold. Someone asks, Trike asked, what did I use to get my hair back? Someone going bald. I'd love to know how to get a full head of hair again. Well, took peanut butter, right? A little olive oil, some raspberries. I made a little blend. Put it on there, right? Cake it in. Put some avocado on top. And then popcorn. I know, it sounds crazy. And then you heat it up and put like a silver kind of coating on it. You know, like one of them silver foams. And then heat it up in one of those head things. And you do that for, 15 to 17 hours a day. Depending, depending how much time you have. Once it's fully cooked, you then unpeel it. What? And then you want to wash your hair in pickle juice with egg right? You take egg and pickle juice, you wash it out, rinse it. And that's step 2, phase 2. Then you want it to ferment, right? So you're going to put some grapes, and you're going to smush the grapes in there, and you're going to keep a jar over your head to protect it, so that that it really ferments. And then when it starts to ferment, it ferments the hair, and the hair starts to grow. So there you have it. It's a foolproof plan. More details on that. No, I'm kidding. Obviously. I saw a guy, I knew a guy in Vegas. There's a guy, he does a really good job. And what they do is they take follicles from back here, because nobody ever goes bald here, and they plant them up top. Oh boy. So this guy Prodigy's been raising under the gun quite a bit. So I'm not going to just fold this one. I'm going to see a flop. It is a pretty hefty size raise. It's almost 3x. But I do have the position. Thing with this hand is if I flop king or queen, it's going to be very difficult to get away from. If he has